You've probably heard about the new bill nicknamed the Big Beautiful Bill that was signed recently into law. Well, I started thinking about how does this Big Beautiful Bill affect the real estate world? So here's a summary of what I've learned. Number one, there's going to be interest rate subsidies and down payment assistance for first-time home buyers. Nothing new, but even more now. Number two, tax credits and grants for developers focused on affordable and workforce housing. So that's going to affect some things, and I'll talk about that in a little bit. Number three, zoning reform to allow for multifamily units, duplexes, triplexes, and ADUs in areas previously zoned single family. That could be cool. Incentives for cities and small towns to update infrastructure and build more housing. So this is a federal bill, but Minnesota and Wisconsin both plan to implement the programs at a local level. So it's very relevant here in Minnesota and Wisconsin. Now for first-time home buyers, interest rate buy-down programs could lower your monthly payment by $200 to $400, depending on your loan amount. This could affect the difference between qualifying or not qualifying. Next, there's going to be down payment assistance. It's coming back in a big way, especially for lower to moderate income home buyers and folks buying in designated growth zones, many of which are outer ring suburbs and rural areas. Now, these programs are expected to stack with existing state aid, which is really cool. So you might run into things like Minnesota's current startup loan program that you could combine with one of these other programs. Now, what it means really from a buying perspective is if you've been waiting on the sidelines due to affordability, now might be your buying window. But this will likely increase demand, especially in price ranges under $450,000. Buyers need to be ready to act quickly. Low inventory is still a challenge, and this bill doesn't solve that, at least overnight. Now, if you want a good buyer tip, get pre-approved now with a lender familiar with these new programs. It'll make you a more competitive buyer when these funds hit the market, and you can write offers with confidence. For sellers, increased buyer activity, that's always good news, right? I mean, let's be honest. Homes under 500,000, especially move-in ready properties, could see strong competition, more showings, and possibly multiple offers, like we're seeing in today's current market. And of course, location. Outer suburbs like Andover, Forest Lake, River Falls, or even rural spots in northern Minnesota and Wisconsin may see more buyer traffic from folks chasing down affordability and down payment assistance. Now, here's the other side of the coin. New zoning changes may lead to more inventory over time. Cities are being encouraged to approve small multifamily developments and infill projects more easily. Now, over the next 12 to 24 months, that could balance out the supply, especially in urban and suburban communities. Sellers who wait too long might face more competition once the new homes come onto the market. What should sellers do? Well, if you're on the fence, this could be a sweet spot from a timing perspective. We have high demand. We still have low inventory in the current market. So that's a challenge for buyers, but it's great for sellers. Pricing right and preparing your home will still be key. I mean, you don't want to get buried as these new homes and duplexes and ADUs come into the market. Then there's going to be local inventory and zoning changes. Cities like Minneapolis, St. Paul, Duluth, Eau Claire, and even smaller towns are being encouraged or funded to loosen zoning restrictions. This means duplexes, triplexes, and accessory dwelling units or ADUs could become easier to build even in single-family neighborhoods. For investors and property owners, you may be able to add units or build an ADU on your existing lot, especially if you're near transit or a high-demand area. In smaller towns, these changes are meant to revive housing inventory and bring younger buyers back into the community. I mean, these smaller communities need younger people. Now, this won't change things overnight, but it's the beginning of a long-term shift towards density. This bill is a big move towards solving the housing affordability and supply challenge. So in summary, buyers get help with rates and down payments, sellers benefit from more buyer activity, developers and small town markets could see new life. Please remember, real estate is local, and this bill won't impact every market equally or immediately. If you're curious how this affects your town, your property, or your investment strategy, please reach out. I'd love to meet with you and help break it down.